So I want to talk about pets because it has now been over 2 years since we've got a new pet, and I'm honestly surprised. But I'm just think they don't plan on giving us any more new pets anymore. Even though we absolutely do need some. But Vex was the newest pet we had, and this was back in October of 2023, literally over 2 years ago. Before up to that point, we got a new pet every single year. There would be a new pet every year. They started with 6 pets. We have the 6 originals: Fenris, Oliver, Merlin, Mara, Kane, and Albus was their 6 originals. Then about November, so about 9 months later, they added Axel. About a year after that, they added Biscuit. About a year after that, they added Chorus, and about 13 months after that, they added Vex. So about 1 pet per year for 4 consecutive years there. After the initial 6, so we kind of expected one last year. I mean, in January, I even made a video about why we should probably need a new pet, because it had been over a year at that point, and here we are, almost another year later. And I'm like, we haven't had a new pet. Come on, this is something players actually want, especially since we still have this game mode. Since you have to have like I said, you can have 3 different teams up here. If you're setting your team, you have 3 different defense teams, and you can only use each patron once. So if you're trying to set up your teams, there are not enough patrons to go around, since you have to set up 15 heroes, and there's only 10 patrons. So at the very least, we could use about 5 more pets, and it's been over 2 years. I don't know what the heck they're thinking. I just think they just don't care anymore. Like I said, the game just feels like it's on maintenance mode. They keep trying to add new ways to spend to get money out of players, or to make them spend their emeralds or the explorer moves that they've saved up. The islands have been getting worse. We even got a new mysterious island, apparently. What? Apparently we got a new mysterious island, which I didn't even know about. I have to do a short video about that. Because I just said, I mean, there's not enough moves for these islands. Come on, guys. What are we supposed to do? And it's the game mechanics people actually care about. Things like pets. Pets are one of the best additions they've ever added to Hero Wars. Pets made the game a lot more strategic. Before the addition of pets, you didn't have, so it was just heroes, right? It was just, you pick your 5 heroes and that was it, pretty much. There wasn't pets. It was the greatest addition to this game because it made fights a lot more interesting, opened up new strategies, because every most heroes have multiple patrons they can use. And they kept adding new pets every year, which changed up the meta game. The addition of Biscuit, especially, became made Sebastian a bit less impressive. Sebastian is still the best hero in the game, but all of a sudden you have a way to kind of strip off Ode to Serenity with Biscuit Patron, opened up some new possibilities. Vex wasn't quite as much of a game changer as some of the other pets, but it did give Kira a decent one that she could use again to strip off Ode to Serenity or just do extra damage. And yeah, why haven't we seen another pet, guys? Why? And if we need a new pet though, they probably a support one, maybe. If we go, I want to go to Sanctuary. We go to look at pets, right? We have Axel, who's actually a healer pet, but for some reason Nebula can't use him, even though she's a healer. So Nebula, the only pet Nebula can use is Kane. But a pet, so this is fighters. This is tanks, this is mages, control, dodgers, pure damage heroes, healers. This one is mostly, I think this one's mostly another mage pet. This one's intelligence hero pet, specifically intelligence hero pet. Then you have Vex, who is for marksman, plus Kark for some reason. But these are all marksman heroes. So one that is specifically for supports, would probably be the next pet. If we had another pet, to be one specifically for support, I would think. Because this is more, now these are pretty much, there's 2 mage pets. It's also a control pet, which kind of have some overlap, but not always. Some heroes like Lara and Isaac and Ishmael can use her. So she's not strictly a mage pet. There's a lot of heroes I couldn't use who are mages. But this one's actually technically a mage. Yeah, so we pretty much have 3 mage pets. Honestly, don't need a mage pet, but a support pet could be interesting. And then, maybe Nebula could finally have a second pet. Because Nebula is a support hero. She's a support healer. I mean, I remember when Axel was first released at the time, why doesn't Nebula have Axel as an option? Because she really should have had Axel as an option. And all these years later, she still doesn't have a second pet. She's Kane only. So a lot of times, you just won't use a pet on Nebula because you're just, if you probably have Kane on somebody else, there's almost always somebody better to put Kane on the Nebula. But sometimes maybe you're putting Nebula in a team like the Twins or something, and you're just using Krista's tank. Maybe you can do that. But if you're using Aurora, or you're using Dante, or you're using like Yasmin or something, I mean, there's almost always somebody else you're going to be putting Kane on. So Nebula not having a lot of pet options, kind of sad. There's some other heroes they're pretty limited too. Let's see here. Does she have options? Oh, she has Vex. That's right. She's a marksman. Marksman finally got options. So now they're not limited to just one. So I think some of the warrior heroes might still be pretty limited. Where's a warrior? He's a marksman too. Yep. Ishmael has pets. Shinmao, she gets. Oh yeah, she gets. So yeah, pretty much Nebula is like one of the few heroes who's still limited to one. Still limited to just the one. I think there was a couple of other other heroes who only had one, but maybe not. Maybe Nebula's the last. I could have swore there's like one more though. Pets. Tristan. Oh, Tristan, he's limited to just Fenris, so Tristan could use another one. Said is he a support too? No, he's just a warrior. Okay, he's just a warrior, so he gets Fenris. He could probably use a second patron too, but he is a warrior. Is that really just those two that are limited to just one? Might just be those two. Because with the Vex, they did fix a lot of the heroes who only had one pet. So now they have a second one, so. Yeah. Yeah, so Artemis only had one till they released Vex, so that was an option. So she did finally get one. I think Ginger, same thing. Yeah, so Vex did finally get a couple of heroes like Artemis and Ginger a second patron. But yeah, so far as I know, so it looks like it's just Tristan and Nebula who had just one patron. But like if you had to support one, if they had a pet for support hero specifically, like Nebula should probably be able to get it and like that finally address that. But yeah, no, we need new pets, guys. We need new pets. Like it's so long overdue. Like it is something I think a lot of players want. Just because it's again like one having more options for patrons is awesome, but also just because there's game modes where we are still like 5 pets short from being able to host like full like patrons on our teams here. We're 5 pets short. You say you get the guild raids if you're doing attacks in the guild raids and the minions. Like if you have the 3, like I said, you don't have enough for all your heroes. So if you do the 3-1, if you do the 3 fights, again, you can only use each patron once. So there's not enough patrons for that game mode either. So yeah, there's actually a need for more pets, but they're adding stuff that people don't care about. People don't really care about Totem Fusion. People don't really care too much about the war flags. They keep like, adding stuff like Emerald City. Most people do not seem to like this event too much as a new event. Like they keep adding more mysterious islands that require more and more explorer moves that nobody has. Like 100 explorer moves for a single island is pretty high. Having 3 islands in the same month that all want 100 plus explorer moves is just insane. Like they have just lost their freaking minds. Like I didn't even know there's another island here. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's another island. Guess I better make a video about it. It's probably been there for like 3 days, but I mean, I didn't think to check because surely they can't be that insane, but apparently not. They are. But yeah, not too much more to say on this. Like I said, we might just be stuck with 10 pets forever. So, if you're curious about which pets I think are the best, though, I did do a ranking video for them, not too long ago. I mean, I guess it's over sometime, about 6 months now, but, you can find that one down below. As always, thank you for watching.